the finance executive for First Mutual Properties, as well as the secretary, the company secretary, Jalsi Kandwe, be taken as well. Thank you, Mr. Marele. Do we have anybody who feels that they shouldn't be approved? There isn't anybody who says they shouldn't be approved, so let me go to a difficult question, the question that every shareholder wants, which is the dividend declaration. As you will be aware, ladies and gentlemen, our articles empower the board to declare a dividend after considering the finances of the company and its cash flow needs. Ladies and gentlemen, the board has decided not to declare a dividend because funding was required for the completion of a key project at Arundel Office Park. For good order, I request this meeting to confirm that decision of the board. Do I have a proposal? Yes, thank you. And the seconder. Thank you. Is there anybody with a contrary view? If we don't, thank you. That resolution is carried. The next item, ladies and gentlemen, is the re-election of directors who are retiring by rotation and the confirmation of a director who was appointed during the course of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got Mrs. Sharon Wekwete, who retires by rotation. She offers herself for re-election. Her brief CV is contained in the notice for this AGM. I propose, ladies and gentlemen, that she be re-elected as a director of the company. Do I have a seconder? Thank you. Is there anybody who feels otherwise? So that resolution is carried. The next director is Mr. Themba Rubingo. The next board member that we have who is retiring by rotation is Mr. Themba Rubingo. I propose that Mr. Themba Rubingo be and is hereby re-elected as a director of the company. Do I have a seconder for that? Thank you, Mr. Otto. I have been told by the group company secretary that I must make you vote. My perspective was we are all agreed. There's no one with a contrary view. Those who are in favor, can you please show by raising your hands? Thank you. Those against? There are none against. I also have Mr. Amos Mazaride, who is retiring by rotation. His brief CV is again in the annual report and the notice convening this meeting. I propose that he be re-elected as a director of the company. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, I do. Those in favor? And those against? So that resolution is carried. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have got Madam Susan Tangadura, who was appointed to the board during the course of 2024. And in accordance with our articles, we need that appointment to be confirmed in this annual general meeting. I propose that Ms. Susan Tangadura be and is hereby confirmed as a director of the company. Do I have a seconder? Thank you. Can we show our approval by voting? Those for? And those against? None. Our next item, ladies and gentlemen, concerns directors' fees. The amount paid as directors' fees for the year ended 31 December 2024 for First Mutual Properties is a total of $220,191 US. Shareholders are being requested to confirm this amount. May I have a proposal? Thank you. Do you have a seconder? Those who are in favor of that resolution, can we show by raising our hands? Thank you. And those against? Thank you. I declare the motion carried. The next item concerns the remuneration of our auditors, Messrs. Ernst & Young, for the year ended 31 December 2024 for the audit relating to that year. The total amount is $119,533.50. Do I have a proposer to confirm this amount? Thank you, Doc. A seconder? Thank you. Those in favor, please show by raising your hands. And those against? There aren't any. At which point, I also would like to thank Messrs. Ernst & Young for doing a good job of the audit. They are unable to continue because of the requirements of the law on rotation for auditors. And at which point, I must also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Fungai Kuipa, who was the partner leading the audit. Where are you, Mr. Kuipa? Thank you. And same time, I also saw the managing director of the CEO of the short-term insurance cluster, Mr. Nyabaza, who is also MD of Nichols Diamond. Can we just, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is proposed that we appoint Messrs. Accenture Chartered Accountants, Zimbabwe, as directors of, as auditors of the company for the coming year. This is born out of Deloitte and Touche, which has exited Zimbabwe, as we all know. May I have a proposal for the appointment of Accenture Chartered Accountants as the company's external auditors for the ensuing financial year? Do we have a proposal, please? Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Thank you. Those who are in favor? Thank you. And those against? So that motion is carried. The next items are two resolutions that we have had on our time forever. The first one is an absolute necessity. And as many of you will know, Section 208 of the Companies and Other Business Entities Act places limitations on granting loans to directors. And any such loans granted to directors need shareholder approval. Ladies and gentlemen, it is proposed that the company be and is hereby authorized to make any loan to any executive director or to enter into any guarantee or provide any security in connection with a loan to such executive director for the purpose of enabling him or her to properly perform his or her duty as an officer of the company, as may be determined by the Group Human Resources and Governance Committee, provided that the amount of the loan or the extent of the guarantee or security shall not exceed the annual remuneration of that director. Any such loans, securities, or guarantees made or provided during this last 6 months preceding this meeting are hereby ratified. Do I have a proposal for this resolution? Thank you. Sorry. Oh, I've just been told that the proposer must be a shareholder and not an executive director. Thank you. Do I have a seconder? There, we've got a seconder as well. Those in favor of this resolution, can we show by raising our hands? And those against? There isn't any. The next one is authority to buy back the company's own shares. It's a long one. But we have passed this resolution in the last few annual general meetings. I'm thinking about whether to read it or to ask someone to read it. It's long. So the resolution is a request for general authority to buy back shares. It's a special resolution as required by the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange listing rules, and that requires 3/4 of the members represented here to vote in favor of the resolution. It is proposed, ladies and gentlemen, that the company authorizes in advance, in terms of Section 129 of the Companies and Other Business Entities Act and the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange listing requirements, the purchase by the company of its own shares, subject to the following terms and conditions. The authority in terms of this resolution shall expire on the date of the company's next annual general meeting, and acquisitions shall be of ordinary shares, which in the aggregate in any one financial year shall not exceed 10% of the company's issued ordinary share capital, and the maximum and minimum prices respectively at which such ordinary shares may be acquired will not be more than 5% above and 5% below the weighted average of the market price at which such ordinary shares are traded on the ZSE as determined over the 5 business days immediately preceding the date of purchase of such ordinary shares by the company. May I have a proposal for the adoption of this resolution, ladies and gentlemen? And it should be a shareholder. Thank you. And the seconder? There. Thank you. May those in favor show by raising their hands. And those against? There are none against, so that resolution is carried. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings the formal resolutions to an end. I have not been notified of any other business which required to be discussed at this meeting. Usually what we would do after the formal part of the AGM is done is to receive a trading update from the managing director. But unfortunately, that is not going to be possible today because we've now gone into the closed period. So there will be no trading update today, but as usual, the trading update will be posted on the company's website in accordance with the requirements of the stock exchange. So, ladies and gentlemen, may you allow me to call this meeting to an end. Okay, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I hear that there's a projects update instead of a trading update. Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning once again, shareholders, members of the board, and also members of FNP. As the chairman alluded to at the start of the meeting, that the reason why no dividend was declared was that operating cash flows were being deployed towards construction of the new office block at Arundel Office Park. I am happy to report to the AGM that the building that was under construction was successfully completed. I think these are things that we've mentioned in the past, but just to repeat, that it is a double-story building with a basement, and it has got a lettable area of 2,000 square meters, 75 basement parking bays, 85 surface parking bays. In the design of the building, there were efforts to make it a green building. So there are elements, if you look at in the annual report on pages 27 and 43, you see pictures of that building. It has got significant glass walls, which are called performance glazing, which is meant to keep during winter the cold out, and then during summer to keep the heat out. The building, on the roof, we have an installed solar plant of the capacity of 72 kilowatts at peak, and the system has been connected to the ZESA grid, so the building is now net metered, meaning that the power generated by the solar plant can be exported to the grid. Hence, this will also help to reduce the carbon footprint as part of ESG efforts for the business. And just in terms of the leasing progress, we did receive an application from a blue chip company. We processed that, and we have since put out an offer to lease that building, the entire building, and negotiations are now advanced in terms of concluding the lease agreement. From a water supply to the building, there is a borehole that is already dedicated to the system. Also in compliance with the council bylaws, which now say commercial buildings which are double-story must also be ESG compliant. They must be inclusive. They must allow to the first floor access not via a ramp but via an elevator. The building is also has got also an elevator installed in there. Chairman, thank you very much. That is the update that I just wanted to give to the AGM.
Thank you. If we have any questions for Mr. Manuel and his team, we may ask them as we mingle and have tea. So that brings the informal part of the meeting to a close. Thank you.